Are you tired of feeling overwhelmed and like there's never enough time in the day? If your calendar is packed, your to do list is endless, and you're drowning in stress, you're not alone. But here's the good news: you can stop wasting time and manage time management in 2025. Let me show you how to boost productivity, reduce stress, and finally take control of your schedule. Welcome to my channel. I'm Dr. Twanna, an executive career coach specializing in helping Black women executives step into their leadership power with confidence. In today's video, I'll show you how to stop wasting time and use proven time management strategies to take your productivity and balance to the next level in 2025. Let's be honest. As a Black executive woman, you're managing an incredible amount between work demands and family and the pressure to overperform. It can feel like time is your biggest energy. I get it. I've been there. Years ago, I was a single mom raising three kids while juggling a demanding career. And at the time, I was working for the federal government and I was an entrepreneur. Whew, time management stress, absolutely. I said yes to way too much and ended up exhausted, overwhelmed, and unfulfilled. It wasn't until I got serious about time management that things did start to turn around. If you're constantly overwhelmed and struggling to get ahead, it's not about working harder, it's about managing your time smarter. So, let's talk about what happens when you don't get time management right. Number one, you become a reactive leader. Reactive leader just it takes over. So instead of leading with clarity and strategy, you're stuck putting out fires all day long. You lose focus on what truly matters, and you probably find yourself going, I, I, I meant to get this done. What? I didn't get to that either. And it just feels awful at the end of the day. You feel like what did my counselor tell me? You feel like your life is a train and it is running down the track and you're constantly running behind it trying to catch up. It's like you never catch up, right? And so burnout just becomes a reality, right? The pressure to do it all can leave you feeling overworked, stressed, and drained. Poor time management only makes it harder to protect your mental health and your peace. And then, number three, you have these missed opportunities for growth. When you're always playing catch up, there's no room for innovation and networking and doing strategic thinking, the things that actually move your career forward. Sound familiar? Don't worry. Next, I'll walk you through how to fix it. Right. So, here's how to reclaim your time and thrive. Let's start with number one: create your CEO schedule. Top performing leaders protect their time, they time block for the day. Critical tasks like strategy and leadership, they block that stuff out. Deep work projects, yes, schedule time for deep work projects, the projects that require an intense amount of focus. Okay. And recovery breaks, yes, they're essential. You got to take them. When you treat your schedule like it's gold, others will respect it too. And number two, definitely master delegation. Here's the truth: you don't have to do it all. Even if you feel pressured, even if you're the only Black person in the office, if you're the only woman leader, you do not have to do it all, right? Here's a little trick: write out weekly tasks and then ask yourself, what is it that only I can do? Then everything else you can delegate. It frees up your time. When you free up your time, it means you're empowering your team to grow while you only focus on the things that matter most. And number three, go ahead and use the Pareto rule, that 80-20 rule. 80% of the results come from 20% of your efforts. So focus on the task with the biggest impact, right? And you know what that means on a good day? That's not your email. When you walk in and you realize you've gotten 150, 300, 400 emails, yes, email can seem like that's the biggest impact that day. But for the most part, it isn't, right? And also learn to automate, outsource, or drop everything else that isn't important. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes the email is important if you got a task for your boss, but most days it isn't. All right. Let's take a look at number four. You do want to leverage productivity tools. Let the technology work for you, right? Use it to work smarter and not harder. A few of my favorites are I do use Calendly, right? It is how people get on my schedule. You can't see me unless you go through Calendly to schedule me out appointments. And I have, because I use block scheduling, there are times that you cannot schedule an appointment with me because it's blocked doing other things. Like typically Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, 2 to 3 o'clock, that's my block time for a break. And I remember someone was saying, "Oh," I said, "Well, I can't do two. That's when I take my break." "Oh, well, I only need like 20 minutes and we can get." "Oh, no, you can't. You get zero time of my break. None. Not a nix. Zilch. None. You have to stick to the boundaries when you set the breaks, right? And Calendly allows you to schedule those meetings without back and forth emails. And then, tools like Notion and Asana, they help you to organize your tasks and your projects. And then there are apps that you can focus with, like block distractions doing your deep work sessions. When you put it on your calendar and you adhere to it, it's not just enough to put it on the calendar. But if it's Monday you let someone in, but Tuesday you block it off and Wednesday you let someone in, you're communicating to those around you that you're kind of wishy-washy and your schedule isn't that intense and it's not that serious. So you have to maintain the boundaries. And that's all scheduling is. It's just boundaries. You're putting a boundary around my work time, my deep time, my thinking time, my break time. You're putting boundaries there. All right. Let's take a look at number five. Schedule non negotiable time for yourself. Because if you don't, who else do you think will? I mean, come on. No one else is, right? Self-care isn't selfish, it's survival. Block that time for exercise, for family, or hobbies. Treat it like a work appointment because you are your greatest asset. You actually are. If you go down things, a lot of things are not going to get done, right? And then you'll feel even worse. And then the guilt trip stacks up, and then the overwhelm starts. And it just begins like this snowball running all downhill at the same time. And finally, number six, you do want to conduct a weekly time audit. Review, how did you spend your week? Did you focus on high impact tasks? Or did you focus on all these low impact tasks because they were right there at hand and everybody was telling you they were like important, but you didn't hit your markers? You didn't hit what you needed to do, right? Where did you waste the most time? Did you scroll because you were procrastinating because you didn't want to see someone? So you ended up, oh, I'm just going to scroll 5 minutes. And that was like 30 minutes of scrolling, 45 minutes of scrolling, an hour of scrolling. I'm just saying, where did you waste time? The time audit will tell you that. What needs to be adjusted? I do find that scheduling my time on my calendar really works because it's blocked out. No one else can get there, right? But you have to make the best decision for you and what needs adjusting, okay? A time audit helps you identify patterns and you can improve each and every week. So don't walk in with your time audit thinking that you do it once, you're going to be perfectly on schedule and everything's going to flow exactly right. No, not so much. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. It's going to take you several weeks to build that memory muscle to adhere. And then you have to build, you helping those around you build their memory muscles that, oh, she has actually got her door closed. And there's a sign that said deep work on it. And she actually adheres to that for 45 minutes. You got to train the people around you to adhere to that, right? When you stop wasting time and you master your schedule, here's what you can expect. Here's the benefits of that. You get boosted productivity. You'll get way more done without burning out in that overwhelm. You also have reduced stress because you feel in control of your schedule, and that brings you peace of mind. You just have better leadership. Focused leaders make better decisions. And that elusive work life balance, you can reclaim your time for your family, your friends, your health, and joy. Imagine ending the day feeling accomplished instead of overwhelmed. That's what intentional time management will do for you. And so I want you to go ahead and really, put it in the chat because it's ready. You're ready. It's time. It's time for you to take control of your 2025, right? So go ahead and do drop in the chat. Which one do you think you're going to start with first? Like, commit to it right there. Just drop it in the chat. What will you commit to first? All right. Because the goal is for time that works with you and not against you. Time is your most valuable asset. By really mastering time management, again, you'll get that productivity boost, reduce the stress, that nagging stress, and then make space for life because it does go on with or without you and the career that you deserve. So, again, what is your big time management challenge? Drop it right there in the comments, right? Drop it right there. I'd love to help you master and tackle time management. So, if you're ready to master time management once and for all, and stop letting your schedule control you, together, let's create an actionable plan to reclaim your time, reduce your stress, and boost productivity for all of 2025. Go ahead and schedule your VIP roadmap session today. Start leading with confidence while achieving the balance that you deserve. Let's make time work for you and not against you. The link is in the descriptions, and I'll also link to it in the comments.